What is going on, Entertainment? So Tim comes out with another recap. We're talking Baddies Midwest, the finale. Finally, you guys. I'm not even gonna come on camera for this because like I'm so over this season and I'm so over covering Baddies. Okay. The episode starts off with Mel versus Ivory. Y'all, I've never seen Mel fight like this. It felt like weird to watch a little bit because Mel did not fight so messy like that. Like she fights messy, don't get me wrong, but it's like she was like backing up and like it was so awkward to watch. I've never like seen her fight like that. She usually fights with her head down, but she never really backs up and hesitates. She was hesitating. She was all over the place. The way that Ivory was able to whoop her, it was sad. It was pathetic. I felt really bad for her. I feel like Mel did herself a disservice. She shouldn't have came on this season. She should have waited and it went to the Africa auditions and maybe try to maybe fight Ivory if Ivory was there, or fight a girl there and say she got beef with Ivory or something, and she would have been casted and they probably would have put her on there. It would have been better to see her throughout a full season. I think she would have been more prepared to fight Ivory and she probably would have won, or it would have been a tie. That's just how I feel. I just feel like her doing this was a big disservice to, like, I wouldn't say her image, because it's like she's still her and people still love her. She still have her fans, because I still don't think what Ivory did was right to her. Because that Young and Reckless season 2, for the girls that don't watch Not As TV, when she threw piss on her, her and Mel had already had a little bit of issue that season, but it wasn't that deep to the point where it was okay for Ivory to do that. Like, that was really disgusting. And the fact that Ivory still thinks it's like okay, I could never like look at Ivory like, as 100% like legit, because like that really was disgusting. Like, especially when she's sleeping. It's one thing if you did it, she was awake, like fuck you, B, and threw the piss at her, but you did it when she was asleep. So it's like she didn't even know, and she was knocked out drunk. So there's that. The girl ended up leaving, y'all. Mel ended up leaving. She didn't even show her face to the cameras, no nothing. I'm like, girl, Milwaukee never gonna be able to live it down, baby. So at this point, we kind of see Mel disappear into like, if she disappears into like the stratosphere. We didn't even get an exit, like, oh, it's your girl Mel and that. No, we didn't get none of that. It's just like she just disappeared. Like it was like, but it's like a nothing. Okay, Ahna ends up getting on the mic, right? She ends up getting on the mic and she was like, Lex, you a failed basketball star. That's why you became a baddie. In Summer, you never had a career. My whole thing is, here's the thing with Lex. Say what you want, but she graduated college, finished college, whatever, and then did baddies. Boom. It'd be better for her to do it that way than to join the NBA and try to join the WNBA and then try to do baddies. Because if that's the case, she wouldn't have been able to really do it, because it would maybe taint her image. That's why a lot of people were upset that Angel Reese was on a podcast, because she was already in the WNBA and they felt as if she would say something that would get her canceled. They were kind of scared of her doing it. So she actually kind of did it the right way, because she could always go to the WNBA and they don't even pay that much. So there is that. So I don't think Ahna eats as much as she thinks she did by saying that to her, but it was funny nonetheless. No lie. So they trying to calm Anna Mac down. I'm talking about like she's like livid. She's pissed. She's like heavily breathing. She's panting. She's trying to get to Summer, right? So in the meantime, we see Rolly and Natalie outside. And Natalie's just like, that bitch want to talk about get in the paint. I'm not getting in the effing paint. What are you talking about? I'm the type of baddie that I try to break it up. Okay, I try to break up the fights. I'm not getting in the paint though. What? Huh? And Rolly was like, yeah, she really doing the most. Like, that is going crazy. Here's my thing. I do not think Nelly has to hop into the fights. I'm sorry. I'm not the biggest fan of Nat, but she does not have to hop in y'all fights. It's not her beef, and half of y'all wouldn't even do it for her. Scotty's the only one I've seen sort of try to bust the move a little bit for Natalie, and Rolly, I guess, fights DTB for Natalie on behalf of Natalie, whatever you want to call it. But besides that, a lot of the girls like Automac, you would not fight for Natalie. Like, let's really keep it a buck. So why should she do it for you guys? But Natalie's an idiot because she could save herself a lot of the headache if she does not appear on camera. That would save her all of the headache. That's what I don't think Natalie's getting. If you stop appearing on camera, you would not have to get into any fight, because if you're behind the scenes, you can't tell nobody behind the scenes get into a squabble. That wouldn't even make any sense. So that's what would save her from all this headache. Plus, I feel like Natalie needs to stop getting so friendly with these girls, because now they're gonna feel like they owe her, that she owes them loyalty. This is why you need to stop the dinner, stop the clubbing with them, eating out. No, don't even go out with them. I feel like at that point, because then they can't feel like you owe them anything. So Anna starts tripping out or whatever. She starts cussing the girls out. And at one point, it looked like she was talking about, I don't know if Summer's dating a disabled person, but she said, "Oh, this nigga crawled to the bed. He can't even walk." So I'm like, who is she talking about? I don't know, but she was talking about Summer. I don't know if Summer has like some nigga she dating that maybe is in a wheelchair or something, but it's like, damn, these girls is really going low. So the girls all head outside, and Natalie is in the van. Not gonna lie, I laughed so hard at this scene because Natalie loves to pop it when she knows she can't get touched. She's screaming to the top of her lungs, "Hey, yo, Scotty, you think you could pop it to me and talk your ish and think you're not gonna get touched? Guess what you're gonna get touched by? That bitch Lex." And she was like, "And guess what? You're not going to be on my show because you're ugly. Yeah. And guess what? She's prettier than you." And then they roll up the window right in the midst of her chin. Child, that damn window almost caught her chin. She was about like 2 seconds too early. They should have just waited. It would have gave her a chin reduction right then and there, to be honest. Here's the thing. A lot of y'all feel like Scotty's ugly. I don't think the girl is ugly. Do I think she's the prettiest of them all? No, because all the girls, they feel like because they're lighter, they're gorgeous. No, I don't think she's ugly though. Do I think Lex looks better than her? Yes, but that's just my opinion. Perception is different for everybody. Okay, so some people may think she's drop dead gorgeous, right? But Natalie, the fact that she said that out of her mouth and Scotty still continues to talk to her and be friendly with her to this day, that's another level of sick. I don't give a crap. To me, she'll be nothing but a business associate. I would see her on Baddies and that's it. Talk to her on side of it would be crazy to me. I'm sorry. For somebody to say something like that to you, that is not your friend. And this person has deep hate towards you. And it shows y'all how low Scotty's self-esteem is, because you should not be cool with somebody who says something like that about you. That's sick. Ahna Mac, you guys, is pissed because they get on the bus after the Natalie's van drives away, and Ahna Mac is still going off about the whole situation. She's just like, "How you let your best friend get jumped, and you out here cool with these bitches, da 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 da, and you out here looking like a cheetah girl." Natalie was looking like a cheetah girl. Okay, we are sisters. We move together. Betty shot a Glock forever. They did look like sisters, okay? It was giving very much Baddie sisters, cheetah sisters, okay? That whole look from Natalie, I hated it. It just looked so random and out of place. And in Hawaii at that. Bitch, you're not even in New York where it's like, you're supposed to like wear something like that, where it's like you're supposed to, stunt. Bitch, you are in Hawaii in cheetah print. It's just like it don't make no sense to me. I don't know what Natalie was thinking. I guess she ran out of outfits and wigs, but it was so out of place for me. Tasiki was keying, and I'm like, Natalie probably watched that last episode and said, "Oh, you think it's funny? Guess what? Come back next season." But it was funny. I'm sorry. Anna Mac, you guys, is in distress. I'm talking about like deep in distress that she cannot fight Summer anymore. It's given that she wanted to fight her and thought that she lost. She wanted to fight her more and thought that she lost, because the amount of like frustration she displayed, it's like, no, I'm sorry. You, to me, the way that you acted, it's given that you're pissed that Summer did her big one with you. Because she was too, to me, frustrated. She literally was standing against the wall talking to Tasiki and Biggie, literally scraping her body down the wall. You mad and you depressed, and you like in the movies when you fall down, you hit your back on the wall and you fall down slowly. She was giving us one of those moments. Okay? She's talking about how, Lex's basketball legacy is over and how Summer never had a chance to have a legacy because she's slow. Um Tasiki says, "I think the bitch slow. I think something wrong with her." She sounded just like Krishan. I could have sworn that was Krishan talking. I had to look up. I said, "Wait a minute." She sounded just like Krishan, because when Krishan gets into it with girls, she like, "I think something wrong with her." Okay, she always say that. So That was funny. I peeped that. So Natalie ends up FaceTiming Big Lex. Y'all know Natalie love her some Big Lex, y'all. She FaceTimes Big Lex and basically tells her that they gotta meet at this mountain camping range thing where they gotta go hiking. And she wants them to, wear their ugliest shoes or not their best shoes because the floor and stuff is muddy. And they start talking about Ivory and Mel, and the way that the Lex fangirls over Ivory a little bit. Lex gives a little bit of a fan, not that she's a fan of Ivory, but she's a fan of these reality shows, these fighting reality shows, because she gets her life off of it, which who doesn't, right? My whole thing is that's why when it comes to the reunion, it's so crazy because at the reunion they're gonna be fighting for their lives, but this finale they seemed cool. So it's really because of the internet is why a lot of these girls end up fighting again. Okay, Alexis in the confessionals. You know these newbies, we stand on business. I can't. I just can't. Okay, like you gotta love Lex and her tough guy act during the confessionals. Like you gotta love it. Her hands back it up though. So I laugh all day about it, but it's like the hands match the energy. Okay. It's just the words don't match, how she lost. You feel me? She's just like it gives her it doesn't sound right. That's what it is. Child, so then the next scene we see Jayla checking Natalie. Like she's checking Natalie like, oh, you let these bitches really hop on me and try to get at me and jump on me and stuff during the club. Like that's crazy. And you supposed to really stay on business for us. Like I understand you EP and all, but that's crazy. And then she was just like, I don't know what you want me to do. And she's like, I'm telling you what I want you to do, but you're not doing it. Okay. So she's confronting Natalie really about it. Natalie's not really reacting to it, to be honest. She could low-key care less. And then when Jayla goes away, we see that Rolly is in the car with Natalie, and Natalie's just basically sort of laughing at her. This that fake stuff I'd be talking about when it comes to Natalie, because it's one thing for you, and like I said, I don't think she has to jump into any of their fights. I don't think she owes them that, especially with her being EP. I don't think she should be jumping any of their fights unless they're getting jumped. There's a difference. Okay. So, because of that, she's on the bus with Rolly and like she was cackling and laughing with Rolly, and she's like, oh, she says that she wants me to jump in to, the fights and stuff like that. No, I said I would only hop in there and break it up if you're getting jumped. That's why. Okay. She was like, they might have felt like you was getting jumped by 15, but it was only one. I said, ooh. That's the unnecessary shade, Natalie, that you should be throwing to your friend. So since then, you guys, Jayla has unfollowed Natalie, and I guess this was when around the time that, like I said, at the reunion, Rolly says that Jayla was texting Natalie stuff, negative stuff, and I guess it was pertaining to her as well. Okay, but it was funny when she said that little 15-bit comment. That was hilarious. And Natalie, I don't know why you still got that wig on top of your head during the day as well. I know them Hawaiian people was looking at her crazy. So we see Scotty in the van, you guys, just crying. I'm talking about like bawling her eyes out. She's like, I don't like. It's like I be vent to the wrong people because it's like I put my trust in like the wrong people, and like they be just switching up on me, and they just be turning on me, which is crazy. And like so much that like I put my trust in the wrong people, and it's like I don't need no disrespect because I generally mess with some people here, but I can't open up to nobody. My whole thing is Scotty, what that got to do with anything? No shade. You listen. Scott, Natalie not jumping in for you. You should not be surprised. Natalie has not had your back in a minute. You and her have not been great friends and have had undying loyalty for a minute. I know a lot about their friendship due to certain people in Scotty's life, which I'm not gonna say names. They know who I'm talking about. But yeah, about Natalie and Scotty's friendship. So it's like to see her cry, I don't feel bad because it's like she has shown you time and time again, you guys are not real friends. So like when Scotty cries anything deal with Natalie, it actually irritates me because it just bothers me how of low self-esteem she has when it comes to that friendship. It just I would have been looking like Tasiki. Tasiki was looking at her stupid, like, bitch, why are you crying? The summary of this episode, you guys, they are just mad that Natalie is letting them get touched. Like, let's just be real here. The girls are mad that they can get touched and there's no repercussions about it. Because they're so used to other seasons where like people were held back and like held and not able to fight this person and not that person and this and that. It's not the same. So I think that bothers the hell out of them. And that's why the OGs, Scotty and Ahna, were crashing out the way that they were. And that's just the facts. So the girls are on their way there. Tasiki, and all the girls that are OGs are on one van, the newbies are on another van, and then Natalie, Rowley, and Tasiki are on their van. I said, ooh, and Scotty rides alone. Because of the breakdown, she comes in very later separately. Okay. You know, she gets princess treatment, y'all. So they get there. Ivory's so funny. Ivory gonna say, where's the waterfall? Ain't nothing but abandoned cars. She said nothing but abandoned cars. What are we doing here? What we doing? So the girls all get there and it's like they get to like this rainforest and they have all the girls like walk through the rainforest, right? It actually looked nice. So when they actually got to the actual location, them walking there was not a pretty sight though. Rolly looked like, oh my god. Rolly looked like a terror walking through that damn woods. The girls were scared of getting bit by snakes and mosquitoes. It was a little wet, rainy. I don't know what time frame that they went to Hawaii, but it wasn't the best time frame because you would thought it would be sunny and clouds out, buns out, but it wasn't none of that. It was like muddy, watery, and cold. I'm talking about it was cold. They had blankets on and some more ish. Okay, why they decided to do that instead of maybe like something more, luxurious. I don't know. I'm guessing because they didn't want them to ruin it and fist fight because them bitches have no self control. That's the only thing I could get out of it. Okay. So they get to the top of it looks like this little hill thing, and then which it did look nice when they got there. Natalie's like, we had our issues and we had our problems, but like, so what I want to do is address our problems that we did have as baddies. And I don't want to fight. I think it's time for us to really talk it out, right? So with them talking it out, quote unquote, we get Summer. Summer was jittery and happy for some reason. I don't know what got into her. She like, I'm not gonna lie. When I came to Baddies, I really wanted to get to know you, Jayla, because I just feel like you on your spiritual shit, and I wanted to get to know you better, and that we was gonna bond and really build a bond. But it's like, wow, it is what it is. And then she gives her final thoughts on her best. She does her confessional on her best moments and stuff. She says, clubbing, the rage room. Those were some of her best moments. Meeting Dolly, meeting Lex. Those are some of the things that she really valued like this season. Lex does her goodbye. She's like, I feel, so grateful that I was here, whatever. Jayla, I feel like you were standoffish when we first met. I hate when Lex keeps saying this because she was standoffish to you because you came on the show and you called her out. Like, let's keep it a buck. I like Lex, don't get me wrong, but it's like you can't keep calling her standoffish when you came on this show and like treated her like crap. Not treated her like crap, but like you called her out and you made her feel uncomfortable. Like, what you think? She was gonna be nice and friendly to you? The hell? But she gives her goodbyes and stuff, and she says, Baddies really changed her life, and she starts to cry. When I tell y'all, I screamed at her crying because we know Lex gives Disney Channel. And y'all, I have some behind the scenes footage of more of her goodbye. She actually went to the Baddies house and said like not said goodbye, but like gave a little goodbye or whatever. So yeah, take a look. This is a rare scene, y'all, of Lex saying goodbye to the Baddies mansion in Hawaii, okay? Before boarding on her plane. Pretty P does her goodbye. It was really cute. The little bob. I love that bob in that last confessional. I'll give her that. If you gonna do a bob, Pretty P, stay with that bob in that confessional. Cause that was kind. I like that bob. Okay. Ivory says her goodbye. She said she didn't expect to have a blast. She shook her ass, all this stuff. We really got to experience the prettier side of Ivory and really like the more girlier side of her. So I like to see that. We're not gonna see that in Africa from what she's saying, child. So expect her to come in on her tomboy-ish, really wrecking-ish. But it was nice to see her kind of like be a little bit more femme and enjoy herself because on Not as TV, we never really saw her enjoy herself. She was just always angry and fighting. So it was nice to see that. And then we get to Jazz. This is where the fuckery started. Jazz, you did it to yourself. If you're going to say a goodbye and have your moment, why would you bring up Summer, knowing damn well she's an attention whore? She gonna talk about, I love, the time that I had here. I never had problems with any of you girls except for this one over here. And then Summer starts dancing and doing a Hawaiian dance, and she's like, "Clock it," and she keeps dancing and stuff. Jazz go say, "Can I have my fucking moments?" Girl, you made it about her. So you can't have your moment because you made it about her. That was a big stupid mistake, okay? That was very dumb, Jasmine, okay? Very dumb, but it was very funny, okay? It really was. You gotta love someone sometimes. I swear to God. Nunu says her goodbyes and stuff like that. She's like, I didn't spend a lot of time with these hoes to really miss these hoes like that. So it don't really matter like that, right? Next thing you know, y'all, Natalie decides to ask, do you have anything you wanted to say to Scotty since she just joined and stuff like that? Since all you guys just went, and then this is when Nunu was like, no, not really, because what her issue is with somebody else ain't got nothing to do with me. I just didn't like the jumping in the tag team that's been going on, and then her Ahna start getting into it. I don't know, like I just feel like their beef to me is very dumb. Ahna and Nunu's beef, and I just feel like when it comes to Nunu and her beef with Ahna, she did start it, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like Ahna likes to play like she doesn't say or do anything. Meanwhile, she'll say little slick stuff talking about, oh, you thank me for your last 4 episodes. When it's like, to be honest, y'all really help each other out when it comes to storyline. Like, let's be real. Before Nunu came, you had nothing going on a Mac. You a duck and smoke from Dolly. You ain't want to go get it with her. Summer, you was irritated by her, but you didn't really say nothing to Summer until towards the end of the season. So before she came in, you had nothing storyline wise going on. So you should thank her as well. Y'all should thank each other, if we're gonna be honest. Okay. Nunu went to slap the dog crap out of Anna. I'm telling y'all, had they told them that this scene no fighting, or else y'all probably gonna get in trouble, Nunu would have slapped the dog crap out of Anna. And Anna, you did get whooped by Nunu. Sorry. I don't know why you like to be delusional, act like we don't see things with our 2 eyes, but you did get whooped by her. Okay, and that's just the facts. Rolly ends up calling out like the double standard of the girls. She feels like both the newbies and the OGs both jumped, and she feels like Natalie needs to get to know the girls a lot more. Which I don't know why Rolly you saying that, because you know damn well Natalie not gonna care to get to know these girls deeper. Because every time they they think that they the girls think that Natalie owes them so much loyalty and friendship. So we've seen it happen so many times. If we're gonna keep it a buck, all DTB wanted was for her not to be disrespected and tried. That's all she asked. You know what I'm saying? But she couldn't even get that. Anyways, so she's calling them out. She's just like, y'all need to stop playing both sides. Not playing both sides. Y'all need to stop having double standards because that's crazy. Both of y'all was doing that. The newbies, y'all doing that. The OGs, y'all keep doing that. Like, that's crazy. Y'all need to stop doing that. Basically calling them out. So then we get the Biggie. So because I skipped a couple of people. Tinker girl by like nobody really cared. So we get the Biggie, right? Let me tell y'all, this was so funny. Biggie starts to like, oh, so Nunu, I'm not gonna say nothing to you because it's like, it's not worth it. My whole thing is with Biggie. This is why I don't feel bad when Nunu be whooping on her because you really did not have to say her name. You really did not have to address her. You wanted her attention. You got her attention. She gave you her attention. Okay? You could have just not said her name. You could have skipped over her, act like she's not there. Then you started talking to Lex, and then you said, "Oh, I wish I got to know Lex more." And you gonna tell Noo-noo, don't roll your eyes when you're talking when I'm talking, bitch. This the stuff, and that's why I cannot wait to Stunner to come back because you would not have that energy for Stunner. That to me was so funny because Nunu said, "Why are you looking at me?" And then she started looking at Biggie crazy. She started looking at her. She started bigging her eyes at Biggie, and she read the hell out of Biggie in her confessional. She said Biggie's a big bat Notre Dame egg looking ass 304. Okay, Biggie, you deserve that. I'm sorry because it's like they be picking sometimes with Nunu, but when she snapped back, they make it seem like she just looking for clout and looking for drama when that's not the case. Siki said her goodbye, and I guess she was unintentionally messy. Ended up calling Jasmine Summer. Jasmine got mad as hell. Summer got mad. They start going back and forth again. So that started the whole little argument. Um, Jaden gives her goodbye. Somebody in the comments said, "Why is Jaden always high?" Jaden, I'm telling y'all, was like inebriated like the whole season. It low key didn't even make any sense. Like it was crazy. Okay. Next person to say their goodbye, Jayla ended up getting emotional. She told her fans in the confessionals that it's her time to bow out. It was sad to see her cry. I'm not the biggest Jayla fan, but I don't get why she gets the amount of hate that she does. I feel like when it comes to a black woman being super intelligent, it intimidates a lot of people. Although I do poke fun at her soliloquies and the amount of times that like she talks a lot, I do feel like it irritates people to see a black woman so intelligent and have high vernacular. It like triggers the hell out of them. Okay? And that's a point that I think a lot of people will not admit to. So Natalie starts to give out Baddies chains, and she gives the first chain out to Nunu. The second one she gives out to Pretty P, and then the last one she gives out to Summer. So as Lex is opening a box with Summer to put it on her neck, the box was empty. I'm sorry. Y'all, this was hilarious. Like, I'm sorry, but there's no way Natalie did not fill that box and didn't see that it was empty. Like, I find it very hard to believe that she did not know that and feel that the box was empty. It's a little hard to believe. If you look at this recent tweet, you guys, it looks as if Natalie said that she didn't know that the box was empty. She said, "My issue with Scotty this episode and last was mainly making it seem like I had to choose a side. I actually love Bad Dolly, Big Lex and Summer, Pretty P, and Ivory. Also, saying that you took the chain out of my room was corny, and mine, yeah, I spared her so many times and not on having to fight Big Lex. Literally for you to try and tell me to get in the paint. The absolute delusion is draining. Honestly, so much be going on. I'm over the fake stuff." And basically made it seem like the chain situation, like she didn't go to her room and take it out. Like I'm guessing Lemmy Pepper, she went to Lemmy Pepper's room and took the chain that was meant for Summer. But that was hilarious to me. I'm sorry, that was a good prank point for Scotty. She apparently took the chain and put it on Capri. That was the key. It really was. It really was. So shout out to Scotty for thinking of that. I didn't feel bad for Summer. She still got her chain eventually. And let's not act like Summer wasn't trolling people throughout the half of the season, like the beginning of the season towards the end. So like to feel sympathy for her for that chain is like, come on now. She still got it. So come on. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I actually thought it was hilarious. Let me know what y'all think about this season. This season to me was very drawn out. It was very draining to me. There was a lot of filler that would have been cut out. I think this is the 23rd episode. This season could have been comprised into, I would say, 16 to 18. It did not have to be 23, if we're going to be really honest. Let me know what y'all think down below, and we're out, babies. They need to do better with the editing. Like, that's top tier. I don't know why. It's not even how they film now, it's the editing. I don't know who edits their stuff, but I'm friends with the Not STV editors, and like they actually know what they're doing in regards to the editing, and they know how to chop stuff down so it doesn't drag. Okay. No personal thing.